At this rate, it's no secret that I love the iPad mini. And if you guys have not known me for the longest on this channel or just in general, I never was a big fan of the iPad mini. When I first seen them release the very first iteration of the iPad mini, I'm like, dog, why would somebody want an iPad mini? Like, let's be honest. Until I bought this in like 2025 because I didn't get the iPad mini 6. So I bought it this year, you know. This is 2025. So I didn't have the iPad mini 6. I got it straight off the A17 Pro. And the reason why was because I had an iPad Pro. I also had an iPad Air. But I switched from the iPad Air to the iPad mini. And I was thinking, dog, the iPad Air was just, even at 11 inches, was just a little too big whenever I'm taking it on the plane or I'm just like taking notes and stuff like that. Maybe the iPad mini is just the perfect thing for me. And hey, what do you know? Your boy just went with the iPad mini. And I see myself continuing to go with the iPad mini no matter what. Like, I think I will always have the iPad mini with me in my freaking workflow, arsenal, tech thing, whatever you want to call it. I'm going to have that for as long as, you know, they come out with iPhones that come with a stylus. Because once they come with an iPhone, like a foldable iPhone that comes out with a stylus, then boom, there probably won't even be a need for me to have an iPad mini in that case. For the simple fact that it's like a little mini journal that can watch videos and do all these other stuff with it, hey, I love it. And this video is just to really talk about and honestly glaze over the iPad mini, how I've been using it in my workflow. I have created like 2, maybe 3 other videos about the iPad mini, but hey, I'm gonna do another one, because why not? I know you guys want to hear me talk about the iPad mini. I like to hear myself talk about the iPad mini. So just off rip, like the thing I just obviously love about the iPad mini is its portability. I think the portability of this, with it being 8 inches and how easy it is to slip inside of a bag or even a tech organizer. 1 second, boom. Yeah, it was like a little magic thing. I pulled it from under. Okay. But this TomTalk tech organizer, I can literally put it in there just like that and zip it up. Check this out. Zip. See? So the fact that I can take this and put it in just like various different spots without even having to take a full backpack. I can bring like a freaking little satchel if I wanted to use it, or I can bring like a little carry bag, whatever the hell it is. It's portable. And whenever I was traveling with it, because I take this obviously on the plane, so I was traveling with this quite often, it fit perfectly in the tray. So whenever I was flying to Vegas, the guy even next to me was like, hey, yo, is that the iPad mini? I'm like, yeah, that's the iPad mini. Because I was just watching like my little Thor movies on there and stuff like that, and just how nice it fit while you were in a little 3-seater, because I was in the middle. Of course I was in the middle, but it was just perfect because it wasn't too big. It wasn't hard to take out of my backpack or anything like that. And I mean, I just think overall the portability is obviously the key to this iPad with the stuff that you can do with it. Now, obviously, note-taking is like a major reason why I got it and why I freaking love it. Instead of me, because I used to carry around journals all the time, and I didn't even believe in journals damn near, but I carry journals everywhere I go to, just for my content creation ideas, or just in general. If I'm just trying to throw some thoughts onto somewhere, I'm gonna put it on the little journal. But the iPad mini just completely replaced that. I replaced pen and paper with, you know, Apple Pencil and a tablet that I have to charge. But regardless, I like it better on this for the simple fact that it's tied to my iCloud, so my notes transfer from not only my iPad, but my MacBook, my iPhone, all my other freaking stuff that's in my little Apple ecosystem. It transfers to that, so I always have a place for it to store. And the fact that I can obviously FaceTime on it, message and stuff like that. But with the note taking, I'm not a person that just ventures off into like journaling, stuff like that. That's where I start to get confused. I'm not too big into the whole journaling thing type deal. I just stick with notes. Notes is the way I do it. And with the Pencil Pro, the Pencil Pro, I think is one of the best Pencil Pro, like Apple pencils that they came out with. I just like the way it interacts with the A17 Pro or iPad 7, whatever you want to call it. Unfortunately, it doesn't work with the iPad mini 6. Sometimes it be like that, but I just dig with all the little haptic feedbacks that it has for the note taking. The fact that I can just simply change between like the pencil and the eraser, vice versa. You know what I mean? And then also the one where you like tilt it for like the highlighter and stuff like that. Like, that's dope too. So like, it has all the little various little things for me for note taking, and it's just absolutely perfect. Like, dog, I have small stubby hands. Look at this. Yeah, you feel me? It's like holding a basketball, but it's an iPad mini. Like, this mug is like super light. Like, but I'm not gonna do that, because why would I do that? With iPad OS 26 and the whole windowing feature, that just furthermore just leveled up the iPad mini. You probably never have thought of like, okay, windowing being something that the iPad mini would benefit from. Nah. It definitely did. And I understand that some people may not think that because it is 8.3 inches. I mean, it makes better sense if you had a 13 inch or 11 inch doing so, which it probably looks way better. But at least on the iPad mini, for my use case, for example, okay, I will pretty much have notes if I wasn't like using this and throwing it all around. I would have notes on one side, and then I'll have freaking probably my camera monitor on the other side. I might have something else floating around. So the whole windowing system on this, while still kind of having decent battery life, is actually pretty nice. And the fact that I can plan properly and have all these different windows on the screen at the same time is perfect. So Apple, that iPad OS 26 was just a game changer for just iPads in general. It just allowed us to pretty much use it more so as like a computer, but a portable computer like a MacBook, but running on iPad OS. With the iPad mini, I just see it just being super beneficial, and the fact that the iPad OS 26.1 beta 2 or something like that, I don't remember what beta I'm on, but it allowed you to have slide over. Slide over was something that they got rid of, but now they implemented it again, kind of, because you can only do one at a time, which kind of sucks. But still, I can have, for say, like my notes just floating, and it's always going to stick there as opposed to it overlapping on certain things. So you did a good job, Apple. You did a good job. So the whole planning with like putting things on the schedule, you like putting things in my notes, like I'm not really like walking around like Apple employees like this and stuff. Like I'm not really doing that, to be honest with you. But the planning in general and having the whole windowing system is just absolutely a game changer for the iPad mini in particular. Who knows? I might even go to the iPad Pro here soon, just so I can use it as like a little portable laptop. But that's a different discussion. And then of course, finally, is the specialized uses. And what I mean by specialized uses is like the monitor, like the whole monitor thing with my camera. So since I have a Sony, I have like a little creators app that they use, but I use personally the Monitor Plus app to pretty much use it as like a secondary monitor. So instead of like directly plugging in a monitor to the HDMI port on my camera, I just wirelessly connect it to my iPad mini, and it just has like a bigger display for my iPad mini, so I can be able to, like in this case, if I was recording a video that was non-iPad mini related, where I wasn't like over here going crazy with my iPad, I would have it like this right here, and I would be able to see, and yeah, my eyes are kind of a little messed up. That's okay. I'll be able to see what the camera is showing me right here, and I can be able to control like my ISO, my aperture, whatever the hell I need to do, record it, stop it, do what I need to do. I can fully control my camera from my iPad mini, and that is one of the main reasons why I got the iPad mini, because of the fact that I can use it as a little mini monitor that is wireless, and it's freaking dope. And I think other specialized uses, I wouldn't even name it specialized, so I'll just say like miscellaneous uses, is obviously watching like YouTube and stuff like that. Just whenever you have this and you're carrying it around, it's just sometimes just more convenient to just put on like freaking football, basketball, YouTube, just in general, on this little mini like little station here. So like more cases than not, if I'm gaming on my PC and I don't want like a video playing on the same time, you know, to mess with my GPU and stuff like that, I would just simply put like football, YouTube or something like that on the iPad mini on the side. And it's just like a perfect size for me. That's not too freaking big, doesn't take up too much of my desk space, but it's just like the perfect size for me to enjoy like some football, Chiefs per se, just saying. Or stuff like just watching YouTube while I'm taking a poop or something like that. If I'm taking a poop, sometimes more times than not, I'm grabbing my iPad mini. I'm going to be watching stuff while I'm on the pooper. This is probably too much for you guys to know, but that's just what I do. Now, obviously, there could be improvements to the iPad mini, and a lot of it is not super critical for the iPad mini, because you got to have the mentality whenever you buy it. This is going to be solely for like portability, YouTube, and more importantly, note taking. So you don't expect it to have like an M3 Pro, M5 freaking chip that they're coming out with. You don't expect it to have these high-end chips, because what are you going to do about the battery life in this little small design? So whenever you think of like having the A17 Pro in here, or whatever they're coming out with in the future, which I think I hear is like the A19 Pro, those type of chips, they're getting pretty faster. I mean, by the freaking year, they're almost getting to like M series type fast, to where like you don't want to have the expectation of like, okay, I need an M2 chip in there. Because honestly, dog, if you want to be able to edit and do things like that, you might as well just go to an iPad Pro or even an iPad Air if you're going to do just more extensive tasks. And that's where I'm coming from. If I want to edit on an iPad, I might as well get an iPad Pro and just get that full, just full experience with the iPad Pro, with the fast chip, more RAM, more space, more screen real estate, etc. But one thing I do wish that they did implement was 120 hertz. Now, do I need it? No, I have no issues with writing with the Apple Pencil on the screen. There's not any latency issues with the 60 hertz, but I do think whenever you're reading books or you're scrolling through the internet, it would just be nice and I guess how you say, and fluid and smooth, having 120 hertz on a screen. I almost feel like 120 hertz should just be something that is normal and native for literally anything in this world that has a screen on it. Well, in some cases. Like maybe like tablets and stuff like that. So I think mainly 120 hertz screen would probably be my biggest, I guess, ask from Apple for the iPad mini, which I hope they're edging towards. Now stuff like camera, stuff like that, I'm not really using the camera often with my iPad mini. I'm not one of those people that take my iPad and take it with me and travel and go like that. Dog, I have my phone or I got my camera to be doing that. More importantly, my phone because it's quicker and it has a better camera than this, and I'm not really tripping over that. You feel me? Hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. I just wanted to go over the iPad mini one last time, just in case you guys are on the fence about it. Because that's what I do. I want to be able to give you guys insight so you can be able to hear how I use my iPad mini, how it's been for me, just really any product in general, and hopefully help you make a decision whether or not the iPad mini should be for you. Long story short, iPad mini. If you need something for note taking, quick portability, boom, iPad mini. If you know you're gonna be like freaking gaming and stuff like that, maybe iPad Air. But if you know you just want the full experience, you're gonna be editing, it's gonna be like your go-to, your main squeeze, go with the iPad Pro, because you're better off going down that route and having the higher screen refresh rate and all that jazz that you get with the iPad Pro. But per usual, thank you guys so much for taking the time out of your day for watching me on your screen. I genuinely love all the support you guys have been giving me. We are like at 1.1K. We going to the moon, baby. So I appreciate all the love. It means the absolute world to me. And yeah, let me know if you guys are rocking the iPad mini or if you're rocking something else. I'm always down to hear what you guys are doing and what I should be able to try out in the future. But per usual, thank you guys so much, and we are out. iPad mini gang, get with it. You feel me? This is iPad mini 6 little foldable thing for the A17 Pro, iPad mini 7, whatever you want to call it. All right.